and make us a sweat. Oh, it's soothing, yeah. It's the kind of thing to put your mood in. Yeah. Cause when my pressure facing an all-time low, I felt it's the only place to go. Anytime I feel that I'm in a jam, it's bottles in my hand. Cause the night is wetting after wetting, vetting after vetting. Them can't handle me when I start jamming. Wetting after wetting, my money's worth I getting. Them can't handle me when I start jamming. No, officer, you can't do me that. I ain't finished wine on this Bombay yet. No, Mr. Man, you can't spoil me plan. Cause I plan to jam, I want to get wet, get wet, get wet, get wet, inside is wet, get wet, get wet, wet, enticing, yeah, it's the kind of thing you put some spice in, yeah, I'll make it clear, that when my chest is facing a all-time low, I felt it's the only place I'll go. Anytime I feel that I'm in a jam, it's bottles in my hand. Cause the night is wetting after wetting, vetting after vetting. Them can't handle me when I start jamming. Wetting after wetting, my money's what I'm getting. Them can't handle me when I start jamming. No, officer, you can't do me that. I ain't finished wine on this Bombay yet. No, Mr. Man, you can't spoil me plan. Cause I plan to jam, I want to get wet, get wet, get wet, get wet, inside is wet, get 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 wet, inside is wet, get wet.
Greetings and salutations.
Oh, I want to get wet, Lord, I'm feeling so fat. Oh, I want to get wet, Lord, I'm feeling so fat. Oh, I want to get wet.
Welcome to everybody near and far.
Oh,
it's a night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, yours truly. Kevin Stew right here holding it down on his Healthy Love night. I want to say big ups to everybody locked in, those on TuneIn Radio. Blessings to you on the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew. Those hailing from across the pond. Top of the morning to you guys over in the UK. I want to say much love to the massive over there in New Jersey. Locked in on NIE Radio. With my brother from another mother, the motivator. Also to New Jersey. Mix102.com. Big ups to Symbol. Always putting in the work. Maintaining 2 stations is no easy task. Got Mix102.com in Jersey. Earth 96 FM in Jamaica. Blessings to the Jamaica Massive.
Wetting after wetting, my money's what I'm getting. Them can't handle me when I start jamming. No, officer, you can't do me that. I ain't
want to say blessings to the Island Worldwide family.
No.
China Nicole here and the Jump Up production crew. Putting in some work. Doing some maintenance.
Enticing, yeah. This the kind of thing you put some spice in. Yeah.
Big ups to those who are locked in on the Foundation Radio Network, HintonLindsay.com with a veteran in the business. Mr. Lindsay.
I bet it's the only place I'll go. Anytime I feel that I'm in a jam.
Those locked in on YouTube Live.
Bottles in my
welcome, welcome.
Wetting after wetting.
And of course,
After wetting. Them can't.
those right here at the home of the night shift to DJ Kevin Stew, kevinstew.com,
After wetting. Make money's water.
where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.
When I start jamming.
Blessings to you, the massive on Zeno FM.
You can't do me that. I
Bubbling in the stew pot. Blessings to you.
no, Mr. Man. You can't spoil the plan. What's the plan to jam? I want
The zone occurring, the boys.
get wet inside is wet. Get wet,
Track called Wetting.
get wet, get wet, get wet, get wet inside is wet. Get wet, get wet, get wet. Lord, I'm feeling so wet. Oh, I want to
Yeah, man, it's one thing when you get wet with fetting.
get wet. Lord, I
It's another thing when you're fretting
want
because you're getting wet.
feel them they bust a sweat. Oh, wetting after wetting.
Hey, G Angel,
After wetting, them can't handle.
blessings to you.
Jamming, wetting after wetting. Money's what I getting. Them can't handle me.
You're there getting ready for this week.
No, officer, you can't do me that.
I want to say thank you to my segment sponsors.
Buy it. No, Mr. Man, you can't spoil the plan.
Big ups to One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, OJLDF.net.
It's the kind of thing to put your move.
OJLDF is committed to protecting justice and equality for everyone, especially individuals who have been wrongfully accused, marginalized, or deprived of fair legal representation.
Anytime I feel that I'm in and jam.
At One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, they believe every person deserves the opportunity to defend their rights regardless of their financial circumstances.
Wetting after wetting, them can't handle me. When I start jamming, wetting after wetting, my money's worth
And of course, they're also big on democracy,
to me. When
which is central to Jamaican identity and institutions.
you can't do me that.
But a number of Jamaicans saying they don't trust the government anymore.
No,
This number has increased significantly
me plan. What's the plan to
to the breaking point of government instability.
get wet inside is wet. Get wet.
OJLDF, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, is dedicated to defending and defeating the threat to democracy
Nothing you put some
and holding public officials accountable.
I'll make it clear.
To find out how you can get involved,
All time love,
visit the website ojldf.net.
place I'll go. Anytime I feel that I'm
See what they've been up to, see how you can get involved.
bottles in my hand. Cause tonight
I want to say thank you to Althea and her Healing Heavenly Hands.
I'm wetting after.
Althea is a licensed massage therapist operating out of Broward County, North Miami-Dade and South Palm Beach counties.
After wetting, my
She comes to you,
getting.
bringing her table, her oils, and over 20 years massage therapy experience.
No, officer, you can't do me that. I
So if you're in any of those areas,
buy
North Miami-Dade, South Palm Beach County, or anywhere in Broward County,
for the plan. What's the plan to jam?
want a good massage, want to gift somebody a massage,
Get wet, get wet,
you want you and your partner to get a massage,
get wet,
you're having an event,
get wet.
and I think it would be cool to have this service available to the patrons.
I'm feeling so wet. Oh,
Go ahead and give her a call, 954-655-9000.
wet. Oh, I want,
That's 954-655-9000.
I want to get
She only has one request outside of paying her, is that she get off her table and go sleep somewhere else when she's done.
wet inside is wet. Get wet, get wet, get wet. Lord, I'm feeling so wet.
I want to say thank you to the Global Bass.
Big meal and me bust a sweat. Oh, yeah. It's soothing. Yeah.
The Global Bass, home of Global Digital,
Put your move.
navigates your journey across music, event, marketing, and much, much more. It's a realm where social spheres awaken through their mastery.
All time low.
So go ahead and embrace the invitation to liberate your creativity, unbounded and free,
I feel that
just like their consultation. Free.
bottles in my hand. Cause tonight is
The Global Bass, Global Digital is your catalyst for everything related to music production, radio, and event promotion. Check them out online. BAGlobalBASE.com, theglobalbase.com. Drop them a line and say, hey, I heard about you on the night shift to DJ Kevin Steele. I have this song. I want to do this production. I have this event. I'm looking to promote it on the air. What can you do for me? What do you recommend? They're there for you, the Global Bass. Thank you very much. Big thanks to McNeil Trucking. McNeil Trucking is a veteran-owned licensed and insured mover in the state of Florida. So if you want to move from the Keys to Jacksonville, you might want to move the other way. Jacksonville to the Keys. Naples to Palm Beach, Pompano to Pensacola, and all points in between. You want to move some things into storage? Around the corner to a friend, a relative, somebody buying something or you buying something online. You need to move it, you need to pick it up. You don't have the manpower, you have the transportation. Don't worry, you have the name, you have the number. McNeil Trucking. 954-406-9740.
Lord, I'm feeling so fat. Oh, I want to get wet. Lord, I'm feeling so fat. Oh,
call him up today.
Lord, I'm feeling so fat.
Oh. Tell him Kevin sent you.
Big man and me boss a sweat. Oh, wetting after wetting, fetting after fetting. Them can't handle me. Jamming, wetting.
Kerwin the boys. In the background, track called Wetting.
When I start jamming, no, officer, you can't do me that. I ain't finished wine on this bumper yet. No, Mr. Man, you can't spot.
So, if you don't know by now, you need to crawl out from whichever rock you've been hiding under. Because a few weeks ago, Jamaica got hit by a massive hurricane. From that day till now, everybody named Melissa get looked at sideways. And so, right now, tonight in Healthy Love, we'll be looking at waterborne diseases. Now, there are a lot of things that people think about when they hear about a hurricane, they hear about a natural disaster, they hear about a flooding. The majority of it is centered around relief efforts. One area of it that is constantly causing problems in people's lives is disease. And the last edition of Healthy Love, we talked about some types of diseases that tend to surface whenever there's a natural disaster. In this case, we're looking more specifically at waterborne diseases. Now, in the land of wood and water, as Jamaica is known, you would think that we have this pretty much covered, right? Because if this is the name of the nickname of the country, the moniker by which a country goes by, then there should be an abundance of these things. What we recently found out is there could be more. More water. Well, there could be more and less. So more water and there could be less trees. With the more water comes another issue, and it's the issue that we're focused on tonight, the waterborne diseases. Waterborne diseases, waterborne bacteria, are microorganisms that spread through contaminated water, causing illness when ingested, inhaled, or through skin contact. Examples include E. coli, Salmonella, Legionella, to name a few. And they lead to symptoms like diarrhea, fever, nausea, and these bacteria can contaminate drinking water, recreational water, and even aerosols from showers or fountains. Some of the most common types of waterborne bacteria, as mentioned, E. coli causes cramps, diarrhea, and vomiting. Salmonella, cause of typhoid fever and food poisoning. Legionella causes Legionnaire's disease, often contracted by inhaling contaminated water droplets from places like building water systems, hot tubs, or misters. Not misters as in men, but the little fan with the water spraying off of it to make you cooler. Yeah, those misters, yeah. There's Campylobacter, which is a common cause of disease. Shigella, which can cause dysentery. Vibrio, which is a genus of bacteria that can cause various infections. And Pseudomonas, which can cause hot tub rash and other infections. And these are spread by drinking contaminated water, inhaling aerosols, contact with contaminated water on the skin, contaminated food, and person-to-person contact. Why are we talking about this? Because there's the issue now of contaminated water, settling water, and disease in the western part of Jamaica. And it is important that we understand how some of these diseases, how they operate, how the bacteria that's associated with them, what makes them thrive, where do they live, how do they affect us. And so we're going to look at some of the conditions that are caused by waterborne bacteria. The first one we're going to look at is a common one, E. coli. And according to Cleveland Clinic, E. coli is a group of bacteria that can cause infections in your gut, your GI tract, urinary tract, and other parts of your body. Most of the time, it can live in your gut without hurting you. But some strains can make you sick with watery diarrhea, vomiting, and a fever. Sugar toxin producing E. coli is most likely to cause severe illness. E. coli is a group of bacteria that normally lives in the gut. And it resides there in healthy animals and in healthy people. The type that lives in your GI tract usually does not hurt you. It helps you to digest your food. But under certain circumstances, many strains or types of E. coli can make you sick. And many of the strains that cause infections can adhere to your cells and release toxins. An E. coli infection is any illness that you get from strains of E. coli bacteria. For instance, there are harmful strains of E. coli that cause watery diarrhea, stomach pain, and other digestive symptoms. If you accidentally ingest them, they are sometimes called diarrheagenic E. coli. And they're often what people mean when you talk about E. coli infections. Now, again, there are various types of E. coli. E. coli that usually lives in your gut can also get in places that you're not supposed to, like into your urinary tract. And this causes an E. coli infection in the urinary tract. Many strains of E. coli cause mild infections. Some strains cause serious illness, including kidney damage. Common types of E. coli infections include gastrointestinal and urinary tract infections. Other types include bloodstream infections, prostate infections, giving you prostatitis. I've had that. And I remembered when I got it, the doctor saying, "Hey, listen, anybody with a prostate can get prostatitis. It's just how it is, and it's not any particular thing that you may have done to cause it." Well, here you go. E. coli. There is PID, pelvic inflammatory disease. Scoliosis is another one, or gallbladder infection. You have wound infections, pneumonia, and meningitis tend to be more rare, but are also caused by a type of E. coli. There are about 265,000 Shiga or Shiga toxin producing E. coli. The E. coli infections that happen each year in the US. And STEC, the Shiga toxin producing E. coli, is the most common cause of E. coli outbreaks and serious infections in the United States. Symptoms, well, you have a general idea of what that looks like. You get diarrhea. Sometimes it can be bloody. There are stomach pains and cramps, loss of appetite, a low-grade fever. Generally, water diarrhea is the first symptom of an E. coli infection in your GI tract. You can have some other symptoms depending on where on your body that it is that you're infected, but once it's your GI, that's a dead giveaway. If E. coli infects parts of your urinary tract, you might have abdominal or pelvic pain, a burning or paining sensation when you pee, an urgent need to pee frequently, and cloudy or foul-smelling urine. You usually develop symptoms of an STEC infection within 3 to 5 days after drinking or eating foods contaminated with E. coli. Other strains can make you sick within hours. Sometimes symptoms start up to 10 days after exposure. So you really have to be mindful of what you eat and when you eat it. Many strains of E. coli cause diarrheagenic infections, and most cause symptoms like watery diarrhea, but some are more serious than others. And scientists categorize them by how they attach to your cells and the types of toxins that they release. So you have your Shiga or Shiga toxin producing E. coli, your STEC, your enterotoxigenic E. coli, your ETEC, enteropathogenic, EPEC, enteroaggregative, EAEC, enteroinvasive, EIEC, and diffusively adherent, which is your DAEC. Now, there are other notable types of E. coli, which include your UPEC, your uropathogenic, which can cause UTIs, and E. coli K1, which can cause meningitis in newborns, which is probably where they get the K1 from. Kindergarten one? Yeah. Well, that's how I reason it out anyway. Now, the STEC or Shiga toxin is the one that releases a toxin that damages your cells. These are the same toxins that are released by the Shigella bacteria. And it's known for causing severe outbreaks of E. coli where many people get sick. Generally, this stems from contaminated foods. Now, STEC is also called enterohemorrhagic E. coli because it can lead to bleeding in your intestines, causing bloody diarrhea. Now, about 5 to 10% of people with STEC develop hemolytic uremic syndrome, HUS. And it's a condition that causes blood clots and damages your kidneys. The subtype E. coli 0157H7 is the most likely to cause severe illness. Now, again, you're looking at multiple strains of E. coli, right? There is a type that causes infections known as traveler's diarrhea. And the symptoms start quickly after exposure, sometimes within just a few hours. That's your E-tech, and it's common in warm climates. So, of course, Jamaica is a prime candidate. Again, you can get E. coli from eating contaminated foods, drinking unpasteurized beverages, which include milk, cider, juice, foods made from cheese, well, made from dairy like cheese and ice cream, drinking contaminated water, or just getting it in your mouth. So you could be swimming in contaminated water and the water gets in your mouth, boom, bang, you are sick a few days later. E. coli. You might be touching feces or contaminated surfaces. Not that you intend to be handling feces, but of course, you don't know which surfaces are contaminated sometimes. And so it gets on your hands. You might be working in healthcare and taking care of babies, and it gets on your hands from changing diapers or even just wiping yourself after bowel movement. You might have pets. In a time of disaster, those pets that survive could be infected, and then you go and pet these pets, and boom, you're infected with E. coli because it gets on you and then it gets in you for whatever reason. You know, you touch something and then whether the thing you touch goes into your mouth or your hand gets to your face, and it's just bad for business. A series of unfortunate events could happen and you're infected. Generally, if you get E. coli or you have an E. coli infection, because it can cause anything ranging from brief bouts of diarrhea to life-threatening illnesses, it's good to understand that most people will recover on their own. Some need antibiotics. And providers usually don't treat the STEC infections or STEC infections, but you might need supportive care like supplemental fluids or supplemental nutrition. And you might be hospitalized a little bit to keep it from spreading. Depending on the type of E. coli infection that you have, your symptoms can last from 2 days to 2 weeks. Generally, your STEC or STEC lasts 5 to 7 days. Now, can you imagine having diarrhea for 3 days in a row? It doesn't sound good, it doesn't look good, it doesn't smell good, it doesn't do anything. There's nothing good about it. It's just bad for business. Mild E. coli, the gastroenteritis, some UTIs caused by E. coli, these can go away on their own, and recovery will take about a week without getting any major treatment. But you want to always check with your medical professional if you have severe or long-lasting diarrhea, abdominal pain, pain when you pee, or you're peeing very little, especially men, because that could be a symptom of prostatitis. That's what happened to me. Got up one morning to use the bathroom, and it was painful and just a trickle. I was never more scared in my life. Because some of you might know, my father, his brother, their father, all passed away from prostate cancer. So, just something to be mindful of, especially if you have that in your family. Now, when you think about what you get with E. coli, you have to also think about, is there a way to prevent it? The most important thing you can do to protect against E. coli infections is to wash your hands. And it's particularly important to wash them thoroughly with warm water and with soap. If you can't get warm water, cool, just get the soap. You want to be doing this especially before and after cooking and handling raw meat or poultry. Definitely after using the restroom and changing diapers or contact with animals. You can also reduce your risk by following some safe food preparation procedures, like not drinking unpasteurized milk or ciders, rinsing all raw fruits and vegetables under running water before eating them, not defrosting frozen meat unwrapped on the counter. You want to keep frozen meat in a separate bag when thawing. Not rinsing meat before cooking. Washing meat could actually spread bacteria to nearby surfaces, utensils, or other foods. Now, this one is really interesting because as a Jamaican, that is one of the things we do. We wash our meats. And one of the ways that we would do so is with vinegar. I don't know about you, but that's something that I do when I'm cooking. I will wash my meat with vinegar. Use plastic, silicone, or ceramic cutting boards to cut raw meat. Wooden cutting boards are harder to clean completely, leaving bacteria behind. You can also use a stainless steel cutting board. Keep that in mind. For those people that are lovers of the kitchen, if you have a wooden cutting board, don't use it for meat. It's harder to clean. And if you do use it, well, enough bleach, enough hot water. That's all I can say about that. Use different surfaces for preparing different types of foods, because cutting boards can spread bacteria. You want to cook all meats to a safe temperature before eating and refrigerate leftovers right away. Some people have the tendency to let meat cool before putting it into the refrigerator. One of the recommendations is to put it in there when it's still pretty much hot. Yes, it runs up your energy bill because it's more energy for the fridge to cool down that meat, but it's also safer. So if your food is gonna cool on its own during the time after finish cooking to the time of serving, then you can just go ahead and serve and put it away after that. But these are some things to keep in mind. If you happen to get an E. coli infection, don't eat or anything that drink or anything that will make your diarrhea worse. Don't have caffeine or alcohol. Stay away. Drink plenty of fluids to stay hydrated. And if a provider has diagnosed you with the STEC, don't take antidiarrheal medications like bismuth, subsilicate, which basically is your Pepto-Bismol and your Kaopectate, or Imodium. These medications can actually increase your risk of HUS. Remember that one? Yeah. So there's more information that's available. You can go ahead and find out how and what best you should do if infected with E. coli. We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we talk some more. We're going to look at, see if we can squeeze in salmonella, see if we can squeeze in legionnaires, and leptospirosis. Definitely need to get that one in there because some of you might know right now there's a leptospirosis outbreak in Western Jamaica. So a lot of us don't know what that is. We'll talk about it. We'll get familiar with it. As we go off on a break, do remember to call a friend, tell a friend, friends of your friends, friends of your enemies, enemies of your friends, and your enemies too. Call somebody, anybody, everybody. Let them know right here, right now, on the night shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It's Healthy Love Night, and we're talking about waterborne diseases. I'd like to also remind you to get your copy of the audiobook Empowered, Essential Concepts and Strategies Every Woman Should Know About Self-Defense. Don't let the title of the book fool you. It's not just for women. This book is authored by Jonathan Field, narrated by yours truly. The audiobook is narrated by me, Kevin Stew, and is available on Audible. You can go to kevinstew.com and click on the picture of the book cover. It takes you to exactly where you need to be to download your copy of the book today. Please, don't be shy. Go ahead, get your copy, and enjoy. I learned so much as I narrated it. You will learn a lot from listening to it. Believe me.
On October 28th, Melissa, a Category 5 hurricane, turned her wrath upon her homeland, Jamaica. In the aftermath, thousands of homes were destroyed, lives, pets, and livestock were lost, and dreams and hopes dashed. Resilient as we Jamaicans are known to be, our brothers and sisters on the island need our help now. To this end, the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, OJLDF, has launched its official fundraiser. Please donate generously at ojldf.net. We are depending on each and every one of you to get the most needed supplies to our people at home. Go to ojldf.net. That's ojldf.net and hit the donate button today. Thank you.
Well, here it is. The Foundation Radio Network app is now available for Android and iPhones for free. Yes, you heard correctly. Just go to your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store and download the Foundation Radio Network. Big people music with the young in mind. Now you can carry the Foundation Radio Network around with you wherever you go without ever missing a beat. Listen to Clinton Lindsay Mondays through Fridays, 12 noon till 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tony Ryan Monday through Thursdays at 5 p.m. Marlon Burrell Mondays and Wednesdays Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Kevin Stew, Mondays through Wednesday at 10 p.m. And T-Rob, Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Check out Reason with Rattigan, Saturdays at 3 p.m. Homegrown with G. Cole, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Hillsman comes to you Sundays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. And Brother Mitch, Mondays through Fridays at 7 a.m. And check out the Foundation Radio Network Top 30 Countdowns on Fridays at 2 p.m. And don't forget to subscribe to Clinton Lindsay's YouTube channel at Clinton Lindsay Official. And cut. What are you doing, dude? You tell me somebody can direct the thing. I did not. Foundation. People just get the app.
Get your Miracle Fire Rub for all joint pain, poor circulation, inflammation, and other aches and pain. Rub it on, the pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice. Miracle Fire Rub is all natural, all herbal with no side effects. Order yours today, 876-808-5903 or call 876-372-1366. Miracle Fire Rub. Rub it on, pain is gone. Rub it twice, then you feel nice.
Hi, this is Cara Manti, and you're listening to DJ Kevin Stew, and this is The Night Shift.
And longer nights, but love all around, we will be alright. Oh, wicked young Melissa, you're blowing things away. You take for yourself, you're the God you never stay. Give thanks in life, we there, see away. I know the sun will be back to bright, no we day.
Welcome back to the broadcast. The sound of Mr. Vegas in the background, track called Melissa. So, it's Healthy Love Night. Those of you just joining us, welcome. Those who have been here, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're talking about waterborne diseases. And what we're going to look at right now is another common one. We're pretty familiar with it. We may not know as much as we think about it, but salmonella. And this is what we commonly call it when you get sick with diarrhea and stomach pains from salmonella bacteria. It is most common, the most common form of bacterial food poisoning in the United States. It's also called salmonellosis, and to tell it apart from other illnesses, you can get it from different forms of salmonella bacteria, like typhoid fever. Now, when you get salmonella, it means enough bacteria has gotten past your stomach acid and immune system to make you sick. Salmonella bacteria invades and destroys the cells that line your intestines. This makes it hard for your body to absorb water, which can give you stomach cramps. And the water leaves your body in the form of diarrhea. Anyone can get salmonella, but you might be at higher risk for infection or serious illness depending on your age, your living conditions, and certain illnesses and medications. You're at an increased risk of salmonella if you live and work around high-risk animals like chickens, ducks, turtles, and lizards, generally all of which are common in Jamaica. Not so much the ducks, but definitely the chickens, turtles, and lizards. If you take antacids or recently took antibiotics, these medications lower your defenses against salmonella and make it easier to get sick. Yes, antacids. So you might want to be careful if you're an antacid taker. Yeah, watch out for that. If you live with IBD, inflammatory bowel disease, the damage caused by IBD makes it easier to get an infection. If you're under the age of 5, the toddlers, especially now, the toddlers, you need to watch out. So look out for the children. You're at a higher risk for serious illness from salmonella if you're over the age of 65 and under the age of 1 year. So if you're months old, those are high risk ages. If you have a compromised immune system due to having cancer and doing chemotherapy, or you have HIV or some other illness or under some heavy medication, yeah, as long as your immune system is compromised, you're at high risk. And last but by no means least, if you have sickle cell disease, this puts you at risk for osteomyelitis. This is a rare and it's a rare complication of salmonella. So be mindful, sicklers. If you are one, if you know one, even if you don't, pray for some sicklers right now. Salmonella is one of the most common forms of food poisoning. Over 1 million people in the US alone get salmonella every year. 26,500 are hospitalized. About 420 will die due to salmonella every year in the US. And this is in a country that has some resources available to people. Now, think about somewhere like a western Jamaica that is now devastated from the passing of Hurricane Melissa. What resources are available? In addition to the fact that they've already been struggling with healthcare prior to the hurricane. No secret there. What do you think is going to happen now that we've had this devastating hurricane? Jamaica, when you speak with Jamaicans in Jamaica or those who have visited recently, or you look at some of the videos coming out of Jamaica, you can't help but think of or compare it to the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Two sides of the same coin. Two completely different realities. And Jamaica isn't divided like Hispaniola is. Crazy, right? Many kinds of foods, according to Cleveland Clinic, have caused salmonella outbreaks, including peanut butter, packaged meats, frozen foods and produce. And salmonella outbreaks from animals include pet turtles, lizards, chickens, hedgehogs, and guinea pigs. Symptoms appear anywhere from a few hours to a few days after you're exposed to salmonella. Well, the bacteria, that is. Symptoms affect your stomach and intestines, and they include your diarrhea, sometimes bloody also, just like with E. coli, fever, stomach pains, nausea, vomiting, headaches. You may have some, you may have all of these symptoms. You don't always end up throwing up when you have salmonella poisoning. Your most common symptoms are diarrhea, fevers. Sometimes it will come with nausea. When you have salmonella, your poop is usually runny and you may have to go a lot. Sometimes it will have blood in it. Speak with your healthcare professional if you see any blood in your stool. Talk to your doctor. Salmonella poisoning is caused by the bacteria Salmonella. When more Salmonella bacteria gets into your body than it can destroy, you get an infection that causes fever, diarrhea, and other stomach issues. Salmonella bacteria lives in the guts of people and animals, but the things that we eat, drink, and touch can also be contaminated. You're talking about your raw eggs and eggshells, raw meat, especially red meat, seafood, poultry, fruits and vegetables, unpasteurized milk or cheese, untreated water, fur, feathers, scales, skin, feces of animals, and the places they live. Surfaces around someone who's infected with salmonella bacteria. These are all places that and things that you can contract the salmonella bacteria from. Hey cuz, how you doing? The most common way to get salmonella is from undercooked food or improper food prep. Eating uncooked or undercooked meat, poultry, seafood, eggs, these can give you salmonella poisoning or can introduce a salmonella bacteria in high numbers into the body, causing you to get sick. Eating contaminated fruits and vegetables, drinking contaminated water or unpasteurized milk, not washing your hands while preparing food and eating. You can also get salmonella from animals, the pets people keep sometimes, and sometimes it's the animals that are around us, your amphibians, your frogs and toads, your reptiles like turtles, lizards, and snakes. Some of the birds that are around us, the chickens, the ducks, the turkeys, the wild birds, the farm animals, goat, sheep, cows, pigs. You know, some people have farms and they survive the hurricanes, but the conditions around them are ripe for salmonella. Some of our pets, the birds, the cats, the dogs, other small animals. This is how people can get sick. Now, almost any uncooked food can be contaminated with salmonella, but most people get sick from uncooked or undercooked poultry or eggs. I remember in hurricanes gone by, I think I've had some of the nicest tasting foods after a storm because the cooking style is different. I've used rims, steel rims to make coal stoves or wooden stoves to cook food on. I've done it. I've done it here in the US after a storm. I've done it in Jamaica, of course. Also after a storm. And I've really enjoyed the food. It has been great. But you have to be mindful that sometimes cooking like this can take a little bit longer. So take the time. Cook the food properly. Don't get sick. Salmonella can be contagious. You can get salmonella from another person. You can get it from your pet. If you don't wash your hands after going to the bathroom while you're sick, you can contaminate surfaces and foods and spread salmonella to other people. Be mindful of these things. Please, 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 please wash your hands with soap, especially after a bowel movement. Please, please, please. If you're using a public restroom, after washing your hands, getting your paper towel, and use the paper towel to turn off the pipe. If it's not one of those automatic pipes that turn off, that turn on and off by themselves. Some of them you press a button to turn them on, or you push a lever and then it turns off by itself. Cool. Start the water, get the soap, wash your hands, get your paper towel, or have your paper towel ready so you don't have to touch anything after you wash your hands other than the paper towel itself. Use that to turn off the tap if you need to. Use it to open the door. Most restrooms have a bin by the door. Use the paper towel that you're using to dry your hands to open the door, drop it in the bin, keep it moving. Simple things you can do, simple habits that you can develop to help protect yourself. These things are important. And then, of course, there are your methods to manage and treat symptoms of salmonella. Things like staying hydrated, drinking sports drinks, because you're losing a lot of fluids with the diarrhea caused by salmonella. So you need to put it back. You need oral rehydration solutions like Pedialyte, 100% fruit juices with water added, your broths, your sports drinks. Be careful of some of the sports drinks because of the preservatives and additives that are in it, but just stay hydrated. Make sure your water is clean that you're drinking, please, because you don't want a bad situation to get worse. Salmonella generally lasts between 4 and 7 days. The symptoms of it. If your symptoms are not improving after 3 days, you might need to visit a hospital. Definitely a doctor, maybe a hospital. Complications from salmonella include dehydration, bacteremia, and sepsis. Of course, sepsis is no joke. Osteomyelitis and reactive arthritis. And it is possible to die from salmonella. So, again, make sure you're having that well-prepared food. Make sure you're washing hands, cleaning down surfaces, not cross-contaminating your areas, your surfaces when you're preparing your meals. Drinking clean water, safe water. all these things are important in the prevention of salmonella. All right? We're winding down. We have leptospirosis that we need to take a look at. But we're going to do so when we come back from the break. Going to take one more break, and when we come back, we address leptospirosis. And if we can get in Legionnaires, we'll touch on that too. I want to remind you that context matters. And Isaac Buchanan, some of you know him, some of you are familiar with him as a human rights attorney, some of you know him as Vibes Cartel's attorney, some of you know him as the attorney that defended a little girl with the dreadlocks that was told that she couldn't go back to school because she had Junjo in her head. This Isaac, son of Big Youth, MP in East Portland. This ISAT has a broadcast called Context Matters. It airs on Reggae Global Radio and on YouTube. And you can catch him on TikTok too. Thursdays, 5 p.m. Eastern. Do check him out. See how Context matters. Support the broadcast. Support the movement.
Hey Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Imagine having our own Caribbean Center.
Imagine a museum highlighting our history and the contributions of Caribbean people to the world.
Imagine being able to visit and learn about the islands we call home.
In a place where our kids can see and feel their cultural heritage.
Your contribution to Island Space Caribbean Museum will help this dream come true.
Visit islandspacefl.org/GoFundMe
and donate today.
In a world where creativity thrives, welcome to the Global Base, where innovation meets authenticity. Launching January 2024, it's the groundbreaking The Global Base TV app, celebrating individuality in music, events, and entertainment. Available on Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and Amazon TV. It's your platform to create, amplify, and express your individuality. Join us at theglobalbase.com and at The Global Base Promo. The Global Base TV, redefining entertainment, empowering creators. Your stage, your voice, your world. The Global Base TV.
Hey, I'm representing for DJ Kevin Stew, working on the night shift radio show. Won't go changing like the weather, just to please the devil never. Will DJ Kevin Stew sell his soul? That's a word and honor. It's Christine representing word and honor. Selassie DJ Kevin Stew.
Jamaica is facing the strongest landfalling hurricane in modern record-keeping to ever strike this island nation. 2012 was the last hurricane landfall, but 1988, Gilbert, was the last major hurricane.
Babes, Melissa Moe, Jaja. Yo, me pre-walk one down a yard, and me heart pain. The one Melissa, the female hurricane. Any woman out there near Melissa, remember, Melissa, that are the worst name. The whole place a ball, them can't understand. What make Melissa, I feel my shop we island. I true wanted and I keep a party one day and get the best dressed female to a tough face man. Melissa dump and we like the Lakers. All gangster ball forgot, watch the fakers. Me know say Melissa is a girl from foreign, where a yard man trick, forget him papers. All trees start drop before breeze start blow. All CNN reach a yard, so you don't know. All flat bridge gone underwater from early, so you don't know how the river them a flow. Melissa come with vengeance in our eye. Mash up people lost and few people die. Make we join hands and heart and fix back the place. Jamaica full of love that them can't deny. I hope Rosalie have money for buy dinner, and she never use the whole of it for buy the beamer. Your set best full of so much water, you know. You can't reach Santa Cruz unless you is a swimmer. Our Songsters Airport, who know I see it. Part now have no roof, but everything a leak. Me can't believe in the middle of the storm. Looters out a road and look something for thief. To reach a set best, you know, you need a boat. Every vegetarian, I go start eat goat. The whole plantation mash up. So every family in a foreign, link up, cause them need with support. Me start pack a one barrel from me see the first news. Plus no one on the time for the picking and choose. All some hot gal who used to talk about Louis. Now, them will take a second hand shows. Right now, anything will work. Understand me, it's better than 10 Gilbert. Melissa come with vengeance in our eye. Mash up people lost and few people die. Make we join hands and heart and fix back the place. Jamaica full of love that them can't deny.
Peace. That's what me and I look good. Yeah, so I say, yo, Melissa.
So, about a general.
Melissa have my week.
Melissa have everybody week. I want to say big ups to my friend Melissa. Yeah, much love. Not the one who damaged Jamaica, you know. No, not that one. The Prezi, Melly. Much love. Or I should say, Mommy Melly. So, real quick, how many of you are familiar with Legionnaire's disease? And one thing I didn't do at the beginning of the broadcast is to let you know that the phone line is open. Yes, it is. 773-789-STEW gets you in touch. You can call, text, WhatsApp, Telegram, anywhere, from anywhere in Jamaica. Live, from anywhere in the world. 773-789-STEW gets you in touch. The number is scrolling across the bottom of your screen right there. Those of you that are listening on the radio platforms, 773-789-7839 gets you in touch. The easy way to remember it, 773-789-STEW. Call, text, WhatsApp, Telegram, they all work. Get you right here live and in living color on the broadcast. You can talk with me, to me, at me. It's all up to you. All right? I got a message, someone saying, touching doorknobs is the worst. So, let me ask you this. Do you use protection on every doorknob? Or do you have an aerosol in your pocket of Lysol? Or do you walk with hand sanitizer in your pocketbook, purse, wallet, around your neck? You, the person that sent me the message, and you, the general audience listening, do you do any of these things? I myself keep a bottle of hand sanitizer on my desk at work. I have a bottle in the car. I have a bottle at my door, at the house. Everywhere I go, there's hand sanitizer somewhere. Hand sanitizer does not replace soap and water, though. Do remember, hand sanitizer does not replace soap and water. Okay. Legionnaire's disease. Let's touch on that a little bit, real quick. This is a severe form of lung infection. The lung infection that we generally know as pneumonia, a severe form of it is Legionnaire's disease, and it's caused by a bacterium known as Legionella. Most people who catch Legionnaire's disease breathe in the bacteria from water or soil. Older adults, people with weakened immune systems, or people who smoke have a higher risk of getting Legionnaire's disease. The Legionella bacterium also causes Pontiac fever. Not the excitement you get when you see the car. No, not that one. But it's a milder form of the illness, kind of like the flu. But Pontiac fever usually clears on its own. Untreated Legionnaires, though, is not so kind. It can lead to death. Treating it right away with antibiotics most often cures Legionnaire's disease, but some people still have symptoms after the treatment. What kind of symptoms we're talking about? Headaches, muscle aches, fever that may be up to 104 Fahrenheit or 40 Celsius, or even higher. Cough, a cough that might bring up mucus, sometimes blood, shortness of breath, chest pain, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, confusion, or other mental changes. These can all be caused by Legionnaire's disease. Legionnaire's disease can be caused by contaminated water. What do we have right now in Western Jamaica? A lot of water. See where I'm going with this? Cool. The bacterium Legionella pneumophila causes most cases of Legionnaire's disease. Outdoors, Legionella bacteria lives in the soil and water. In those places, the bacteria rarely cause infections, but Legionella bacteria can grow in water systems made by humans. Things like air conditioners. Yes, those who have the luxury of air conditioning also have the luxury of possibly contracting Legionnaires. Yes, and one of those two luxuries is definitely sarcasm. Now, although people can get Legionnaire's disease at home, most outbreaks have been linked to large buildings. That might be because bacteria can grow and spread more easily in large systems. Also, home and car air conditioners don't use water for cooling. There's a whole water system that is used to cool large air conditioners that operate and cool buildings. Generally, the infection spreads through, outbreaks have been linked to hot tubs and whirlpools, towers that contain water and a fan, your cooling towers, using air conditioning in buildings, hot water tanks and heaters, fountains, swimming pools, birthing pools, and drinking water systems. Now, of course, there's a whole lot more to Legionnaires, and some of the complications. Let me give you this before I move to the lepto. Legionnaires can cause lung failure, septic shock, and acute kidney failure. Things to be mindful of. Now, the big one, the one that is in the news in Jamaica quite a bit, leptospirosis. This is an illness caused by bacteria leptospira. Leptospira. I don't know who leptospirosa is, and I don't want to know her either. But leptospira is the bacteria that causes leptospirosis, and you can get leptospirosis after getting water or soil contaminated by animal pee, so animal urine. You get it in your nose, you get it in your mouth, you get it in your eyes. If there's a scratch on your skin, it can get in through there. And it can cause flu-like symptoms that can worsen into Wales syndrome. This is a life-threatening illness. And, it's life-threatening in a small number of people, but can be compounded by other things. Leptospirosis is an illness caused by an infection with the bacteria Leptospira, and you get infected with Leptospira through abrasions or cuts on your skin, through eye, nose, mouth. We mentioned that it gets into your body some way, somehow. This is a zoonotic disease, which means it is transmitted between animals and humans. Direct contact with urine from animals, reproductive fluids, infected animals, from animals that are infected, contact with contaminated water or soil, eating or drinking contaminated food or water. Again, the focus tonight is waterborne diseases. All the diseases that we've talked about tonight are waterborne diseases. The common thing here is the water. You're at an increased risk for leptospirosis if you live or travel in certain areas. Your oceanic areas, or Oceania, if your geography inclined. So this is around Australia, New Zealand, the Pacific Islands, in the Caribbean, parts of the sub-Saharan Africa, parts of Latin America, parts of South and Southeast Asia. Outbreaks of leptospirosis have occurred in the U.S. after flooding in Hawaii, Florida, Puerto Rico, the warm places. Recreational freshwater activities, especially ones that put you in contact with contaminated water for long periods of time, also put you at an increased risk. This includes activities that you put your head underwater, which can cause you to swallow water, like whitewater rafting or swimming and boating. And there's an even greater risk after heavy rainfall or flooding. Now, you'd think that you'd be good if the water is flowing, right? Well, not so much. The water flows from one part to another. If where it is coming from is contaminated, then where it is going is going to be contaminated too, chances are, right? So, just something to think about. It is estimated that more than 1 million people worldwide get leptospirosis each year, and almost 60,000 will die from it. You take that number or that ratio, and you transpose it into a place that the whole country can fit into some states in the United States. And then you make that even smaller. And that concentration of people, if infected with leptospirosis, with minimal health care, what do you think will happen? So let's figure out how this disease operates a little bit first before we think about that. Or even while you think about it. Let's look at some of that. Leptospirosis consists of two phases. There's the leptospiremic phase, the acute phase, and the immune or delayed phase. You may have mild symptoms or no symptoms in the leptospiremic phase. And some people develop severe symptoms in the immune phase. So it's really interesting. Now, during the leptospirosis phase, also called the septicemic phase, you may experience sudden onset flu-like symptoms. And this usually starts within 2 to 14 days after the infection. And it lasts between 3 to 10 days. In this phase, bacteria are in your bloodstream and moving in your organs. And blood tests will show signs of infections. Now, if you can't get the blood test, then how are you going to see the infections? Pum, pum, pum. In the immune phase, leptospira bacteria has moved from your blood to your organs. The bacteria is most concentrated in your kidneys, which make your urine. urine tests will show signs of the bacteria, and you'll have antibodies in your blood. But again, if you can't do the test, then you won't see the signs of the bacteria in your urine or the antibodies in your blood. A small number of people will get very sick with Wales syndrome, Weil apostrophe S, Wales syndrome in this phase. And this causes internal bleeding, causes kidney damage, and jaundice, the severe yellowing of the skin and eyes. Some people have flu-like symptoms of leptospirosis, and some have no symptoms at all. They're asymptomatic. In severe cases of leptospirosis, you have symptoms of internal bleeding and organ damage. In acute leptospirosis, symptoms come on suddenly. You're talking about your high fever, red eyes, headaches, chills, muscle aches, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, jaundice, and rash. Things that would look a lot like the flu, but a little bit different. Now, that's just your regular lepto. Take it up a notch. Get to the Wales syndrome. Symptoms of this may start 3 to 10 days later. And this now includes coughing up blood, chest pains, trouble breathing, severe yellowing of the skin and eyes. So now you have severe jaundice, black or tarry stool, which if your stool is black, that generally means there's blood in your intestines. Blood in your pee, your urine. There might be a decrease in the amount that you urinate. And you might have flat red spots on your skin that looks like a rash. The bacterial Leptospira causes leptospirosis, and the bacteria gets into your body through your mouth, your nose, your eyes, and through breaks in your skin. They travel through your blood to your organs, and they go where? To the body's filter, your kidneys. Your kidneys get rid of unnecessary toxins, and it is excreted by way of urine, a lot of it. Bacteria from your kidneys leave your body in your urine, which can spread leptospirosis to other people and animals. Because guess what? Now your septic system is damaged. Your sewer system is damaged when there's flooding, right? So you're gonna use which bathroom? You may be relegated to a designated body relief area. But now you're also compounding the issue of possibly spreading disease. You see how this works as it relates to a natural disaster? It's like a snowball. And as you roll it down an incline, it gets bigger and bigger. If you choose to roll it down a hill, you could end up with a massive snowball just rolling, taking up anything in its path. That's how we see it on cartoons, right? This is what is happening as we are in confined areas with this virus, this bacteria that is spreading. This disease making us have less ease or none. Leptospirosis is usually spread to humans from animal pee, containing the Leptospira, and almost any animal, any mammal specifically, rats, dogs, horses, pigs, cows, they can all get leptospirosis. They may have few or no symptoms of illness. So dogs running around just fine. But now they get in contact with people. And now we have a problem. Animals with leptospirosis can contaminate water or dirt, your soil, which spreads the bacteria to other animals or humans. You can get leptospirosis from directly touching pee or other bodily fluids from an animal with leptospirosis. Getting contaminated water or soil in your eyes, nose, mouth, or a break in your skin. A lot of people get leptospirosis at once. So you have an outbreak. And this happens after heavy rains or flooding, and the flood waters wash into rivers, lakes, canals, and bring the bacteria with them. You see what happens? Now it gets into our water system. We have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Leptospirosis is rarely contagious from one person to another through direct contact. But now we're talking about contact of another means. Because our sanitation system is shut in places where you have a natural disaster. What you gonna do? What do you run into at this point? The problem of possible exposure from just about any and everything. Your healthcare provider diagnoses leptospirosis with a physical exam, blood tests, and urine tests. The provider will ask about your symptoms, your travel history, whether you could have been in contact with anything contaminated. If you're very sick, you may have a chest x-ray or CT scan. You know why there's news of people dying from leptospirosis in Jamaica? Because they have no access to some of these things. Yeah. It's quite a dangerous situation. Your healthcare provider, if you have access to one, will treat leptospirosis with antibiotics. Let's hope there's antibiotics or enough antibiotics in Jamaica to provide this service. And that's the other thing too. When you're considering sending donations to Jamaica, you might want to think of some medical care. Or donating to a facility that can get what is needed to provide the medical assistance that is to be provided. You might want to get in touch with a pharmacist, a private pharmacist. You might want to get in touch with a doctor, a medical professional that may have some contacts, may have some influence, may have the resources to bring medication in, because they definitely have the skill set and the qualifications to administer it. However, there's not much talk of that kind of relief. We know that it is known. We know that it is needed. We just don't really hear about it. And of course, that can be an issue when you're talking about sending things like medication across country lines, across borders. You know, there are rules and guidelines as it relates to things like that. But it can be done. We just need to ask the right questions to the right people and get the right answers. And figure out a way. So your healthcare provider will treat leptospirosis with antibiotics. If you have a mild case, they may have to keep an eye on your symptoms to see if you get better without treatment. If you have a severe case, you'll need to have a hospital stay. Well, some of the hospitals are destroyed. There are makeshift hospitals and medical treatment facilities that are set up in the interim. From there, you may be able to get your antibiotics directly through an IV, intravenously. Depending on which of your organs are infected, you may need additional medications or procedures. But we're talking about antibiotics to treat leptospirosis. Your doxycycline, your amoxicillin, ampicillin, penicillin G, all these, but your medical professional, of course, your provider, will know which best to use for you to treat your history, to treat your condition based on your medical history. You may be ventilated. If your lungs are infected with bacteria, you may have a hard time breathing and need to be put on a machine. Of course, to be determined by your medical provider. And there is plasmapheresis or plasma exchange. If you're at risk for organ damage from leptospirosis, you might need a plasma transplant. During this procedure, your provider removes your blood using a tube attached to a vein. There's a machine that separates your plasma from your blood and replaces it with a plasma substitute. Your blood is then returned to your body through another tube. So it's a process of filtering your blood and giving you back your blood. Because now your natural filter is probably compromised and or needs some help. Mild symptoms of leptospirosis can be treated with ibuprofen or naproxen or some acetaminophen. Your Advil, Motrin, Aleve, Tylenols, these your over-the-counter drugs. You can use these to help to alleviate the pain and reduce your fevers. Most cases of leptospirosis are mild and don't need treatment. If your symptoms worsen or if there are new symptoms, you might, at that point, don't even think about it actually. Just find a doctor. Find a doctor somewhere. Mild cases of leptospirosis can last a few days to a few weeks. If you have severe leptospirosis, you may end up in the hospital for about 2 weeks. And depending on the severity, it could lead to months. So this is the danger that we're facing in Western Jamaica from this outbreak of leptospirosis. Because it is rarely contagious from person to person, as soon as you feel better, you can be back into your regular interactions with people. But not because you've gotten better means that you're now immune. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of contaminants around you. Because you don't want to relapse. Only about 1% of people with leptospirosis get severely ill with Wales syndrome. And that is the part where it's deadly if not treated. If treated quickly, you'll definitely recover. But the challenge in Western Jamaica is getting the treatment, either getting to the medical professional or getting the required antibiotics to the individual. And then removing them from the situation that caused it in the first place. You want to avoid animals that could have leptospirosis. Take preventative medication if you're traveling at a at a high risk for leptospirosis. So you want to get with your medical professional and see what you need. Wear protective clothing if you're working around animals. Avoid water sports and swimming in lakes and rivers after there's a flood. One of the things that has happened in Jamaica is that there's an increase in river use, as well as there's an increase of rivers. Because there's damage to the infrastructure, right? So with that, here comes the risk. If you have to touch dead animals, you want to wear protective clothing. Your gloves, your overalls. Wash your hands thoroughly, regularly, with soap. Cover wounds or any open areas on the skin with waterproof dressing. If you've been diagnosed with leptospirosis, you know someone who's been diagnosed with leptospirosis, you want to watch your symptoms. Watch their symptoms. If it gets worse, the moment you see it starting to get worse, you need to find yourself a medical professional or a medical facility. Why? Because now we're talking about preserving life. Yeah, 1% is rare. Why do you think you couldn't possibly be that 1%? So just, some general information about leptospirosis and how you can put it into perspective with what is going on in Jamaica now after the passing of Hurricane Melissa, with the increased floods that you're seeing and hearing about. Yeah, the storm has long passed, but here's the thing. There's death, there's debris, there's water all around. There are animals that are now homeless. So farm animals are roaming about. You have farm animals that have perished. You have individuals that have perished. You have people roaming about. You have no running water for sanitation. People are just going where they can. And when I say going, they're relieving themselves, because people are still in the need to relieve themselves. Whatever little food that they get to eat, there's still going to be some excretion going on. Body digests it and it excretes. So how is that being done? Where is that being done? How is that being taken care of when there's no running water? And if you're going to dig a hole somewhere and put your feces in it, now you're talking about possible contamination to the groundwater and to the soil. So more infection. You see the challenge? Salmonella, E. coli, Legionnaire's disease, leptospirosis. Just 4 out of a number of possible viruses, bacteria, diseases that can infect people in the event of a natural disaster. But these 4 that I touched on tonight are waterborne diseases in the land of wood and water. Waterborne diseases after a natural disaster. That seems imminent. So, acting quickly is important. Acting decisively is important. For those who can't help directly, help indirectly any which way you can, whether it be monetarily, it could be providing advice and information. It could be something as simple as a prayer. Because prayer changes things and encourages people. Something to think about, right? As we navigate this thing called life and try to maintain this thing we know as health. Someone said in a message to use paper barriers when opening doors, then sanitize. Wash as often as possible. But when there's no water to wash, what do you do? When there's no paper towels to use, what do you do? And of course, these are real dangers. In the face of a natural disaster, or in the aftermath of a natural disaster, these are the things that we face. Hence, the recovery process is important. The speed at which it happens is important. Opening up the roadways to get to medical care, that's important. Knowing that that body of water that you see can possibly lead to your demise, that is important. As we get into musical therapy, to wrap up this Healthy Love Night, this is Aisha Barrett.
Jamaica strong.
That's the title of the track right there.
Melissa came, no friend for. She tear down the place, mash up we walk. But still we there, still we stand tall. Cause love never dead, it conquer all. Mama I pray, the picnic them all tight. Darkness come, but we find the light. From the countryside to Kingston, we sing it loud. Jamaica strong, Jamaica strong. We rise again from the flood, from the pain. One love, one blood, one name. We rebuild again, we no shame. Jamaica strong, we people brave. Every tear become a wave. We pray, we hit, we move as one. Cause God and love bring back the sun. Oh God, but we still rise, Jamaica strong. Melissa came, no friend for. She tear down the place, mash up we walk. But still we there, still we stand tall. Cause love never dead, it conquer all. Mama I pray, the picnic them all tight. Darkness come, but we find the light. From the countryside to Kingston, we sing it loud. Jamaica strong, Jamaica strong. We rise again from the flood, from the pain. One love, one blood, one name. We rebuild again, we no shame. Jamaica strong, my people brave. Every tear become a wave. We pray, we hit, we move as one. Cause God and love bring back the sun. Neighbor to neighbor, we lend we hand. Help the youth, them fi understand. We can't survive if we no unite. All together, us bring the light. We send prayers from foreign to yard. We are one world, one heart, one God. From Montego Bay to Portland, Soul, we rise again. We are God bless, grown Jamaica strong. We rise again from the flood, from the pain. One love, one heart, one flame. Jamaica strong, we rise again. Jamaica strong, we rise again. From the flood, from the pit. One love, one heart, one flame. We build again, we call your name. Jamaica, Jamaica, youth of many one people. Jamaica, Jamaica strong, forever live on.
Maybe you don't know me any more than I know you.
This is Joanna Marie, and it's all about DJ Kevin Stew on the night shift. You feel for some stew? Check out Kevin Stew.
With the teardrops in your eyes, and it touches me much more than I can say.
So this lady here,
That someone could have hurt
for the first time
and
in a little over a decade,
be right by your side.
performed on a stage this past weekend.
Lay your troubles on my shoulders, but you are.
Let me tell you something.
Rest your love on me a while.
I wasn't there to witness it in person,
Lay your troubles on my shoulders.
but the feedback and the videos that I saw.
Rest your love.
Joanna Marie.
Maybe you don't know me any more than I know you, and I wouldn't blame you if you walked away. I've been watching you all evening with the teardrops in your eyes, and it touches me much more than I can say. You know I hate to think that someone could have hurt someone like you, and if I was hurt, I'd be right by your side. Oh, lay your troubles on my shoulders, put your worries in my pocket. Rest your love on me a while. Lay your troubles on my shoulders, put your worries in my pocket. Rest your love on me a while. Saw you in the corner on the moment I walked in. Saw your lonely face across the room. No, I won't forget it, and the way it might have been. Why did you have to leave so soon? You know I hate to think that someone could have loved you more than me, and at times like this, I'd be right by your side, baby. Lay your troubles on my shoulders, put your worries in my pocket. Rest your love on me a while. Lay your troubles on my shoulders, put your worries in my pocket. Rest your love on me a while. How long must I wait for the last train to be here and the last chance to know? Get to think that I was born too soon. How long, honey, when the loving don't come? I was there when you left me, just didn't know how to begin. Oh, yeah. Lay your troubles on my shoulders, put your worries in my pocket. Rest your love on me a while. Lay your troubles on my shoulders, put your worries in my pocket. Rest your love on me a
Girl, you got the key to my heart, and nobody gonna tear us apart. The way you got me feeling lately, I know you feel the same way, baby. But it no matter how the world
This is G. Cole working out with Fiona.
I'm faced with,
I just I'm gonna say.
It's called Feel the Same Way.
Same way, baby.
Girl, I like to wake you up, breakfast in bed. Cause I know that's what you like. Yeah, baby. When it rains, you call my name. And when we're making love at night, they say love's a fairy tale. They say that's how it seems. Oh, yeah. They might be right since every night I lay beside the man of my dreams. Girl, you got the key to my heart. And nobody gonna tear us apart. The way you got me feeling lately, I know you feel the same way, baby. But it no matter how the world gets crazy, the nights and the chat now phase me. I just I'm gonna say wait. I know you feel the same way, baby. The little things that you do and say mean the world to me. Yeah. We've been here since midnight. Now it's way past 3. It's the way you love me, baby. You keep me coming for more, baby. So dim the lights and close the door. Girl, you got the key to my heart. And nobody gonna tear us apart. The way you got me feeling lately, I know you feel the same way, baby. But it no matter how the world gets crazy, the nights on the chat now phase me. I just I'm gonna say wait. I know you feel the same way, baby. Girl, you got the key to my heart. And nobody gonna tear us apart. The way you got me feeling lately,
as a real icon, someone baby.
Have you ever been inside on a rainy night, holding your lady tight like I have?
Two veterans.
You ever had your dream?
Ernie Smith.
Or long forgotten?
Ed Robinson.
Coming through, it seems like
A remake of Ernie's Pitter Patter.
ever been to bed with music in your head, forgetting your daily bread. I tell your friend it's true. It's a pretty thing to go through, just between me and you. Oh, cause right now the rain is coming down. Lord, it's coming down on my rooftop, coming down. Me and my lady holding tight, doing alright. I hope it never stops, no. And the rain is coming down. Coming on down on my rooftop. Me and my baby holding tight, doing alright. Hope it never stops.
Baby, you see what's going on?
Hold on there, Ernie. Hold on, my dear.
I think you left the car windows down.
And it's a rain, puss and dogs out there now.
Ooh, I love when it rains.
You know what? Make it wet up here, baby.
Okay.
I tell your friend it's true. It's a pretty thing to go through, just between me and you. Oh, cause right now the rain is coming down. Coming down on my rooftop, coming down. Me and my lady locked in tight, doing alright. I hope it never stops, no. I know the rain is coming down. Coming on down on my rooftop. Me and my baby holding tight. You said you like it when we make love in the morning. I love to watch you ride. It's the second day.
As we close out with the Mystic in the background, track called You Turn Me On. I'm about to turn off.
Because of the things you're doing to me.
do remind you to look up for members of your community. Your community is not just the development that you live in, but it spreads far and wide. So those that you pass on the bus, the plane, the boat, the train, whether you walk, ride, or drive, these are members of your community. Please do something good for one of them today, because you never know who's going to do something good for you tomorrow. My name is Kevin Stew. That's how I like to do it to you, for you, and with you Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, right here at the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew, 10 p.m. Eastern. KevinStew.com and affiliates. Thank you, each and everyone, for being a part of this. More specifically, for being the best part. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to you, wherever you are in the world. From right here in South Florida, I bid you all a good night. Go ahead and be good. If you can't be good at it. I'm out of here until we meet again. Catch you on Saturday live and in living color, 3 p.m. Reasonable Ratigan, 8 p.m. the Saturday Stew. Because much love. I love you always like cooked food. You know it go? Everyone, y'all take care.
Greetings and salutations, one and all. You're invited to tune in to the Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew. It airs on Mondays with Community and Finance, Tuesdays with Healthy Love, and Wednesdays with Real Talk from 10 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time. Come spend some time interacting in the stew pot where we keep things bubbling and wind down in musical therapy. The Night Shift with DJ Kevin Stew is on kevinstew.com, where you're encouraged to have acceptance through enlightenment.